Then life is all about being useful to oneself and others, or supportive of life as a whole. I find many people out there who are really dedicated to serving life, and they actually shine like the sun as their activities create a benefit for others, but they know nothing of the East and the new man of the real universes. So I want to ask, will it not be an injustice of life if these people are continuously chained to the wheel of reincarnation? Yes, they don't have the true perception or recognition of the East, and I guess not even all who are acquainted with the East, the new man, have it. We're still struggling, you know. So is life not being unjust to those who shine like the sun but do not know or recognize the new man for who he is? Because I really find it, I really disheartens me, you know. There are some people who actually shine like the sun, and I need to emulate them, even though I've known about the East. So, what can you say about this kind of situation? Is life just nonchalant, unjust, or what?
Well, like anything, Charles, it's so simple. You just make sense of it. First of all, we're all in the same life. That's real. Okay? That's really it. We're all in the same life and we make choices. And so I see that, yeah, I see good people. I know them, etc. And so I may say something to them or not, but, you just got to kind of see what's going on. But realistically, we're all in the same life. And it's not that we're here to save others. We cannot do that. We do the best we can. But these people have made choices too, so you have to be respectful of their choice. That's the difference. I'm not respectful of things that are created that create a demise. I don't have to be respectful of that. I can, that's a choice, but I don't have to be. But I should learn to be respectful of the choices that people do make, even though it becomes a disaster. The free will is such. So yes, again, that question was asked by many in the corporation too. Well, gee, why doesn't everybody see, Joni's corporation as good? That's that's asked by the so-called master, and it's like, well, again, everybody's not going to see that. Unfortunately, they don't. But again, that's choice, Charles. We aren't determining who is what or where they're going. And yes, what you're seeing now, you're seeing an instant, and we've had many lifetimes like that where, hey, we've been maybe the pinnacle of the community. We've been this really righteous person that just helps everybody like Mother Teresa. But still, the choice is that, no, you didn't choose to, you weren't ready, or you didn't choose to recognize the real universes. And so again, that's always been your choice. And I would say that maybe the guides came to you and tried to show you certain things, but you weren't interested because, just like Teresa, you were focused on what you were doing. You were thinking that, oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing good. I'm a good person, and this is what I do. So again, it's just choice. And if the person wants to recognize it or not, the real guides do see certain people, and they do approach them. But if they're not listening, then they don't, because there is always a bigger picture. So in the physical sense here, with our body and our relationships, we see good people, and there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of people that just do their thing. But for the most part, they don't want to wake up. They don't want to see more. They just want their life the way it is. They want their friends, their families, their relationships, their neighbors. They want the world to just keep going as it is. And that's all they want. They don't want to see more. So we're not here to disrupt the world. All we can do is present it. Myself, I figure that, in one way that, because of the communication we have today, Skype, the internet, everything that's going on out there, it's huge, more so than ever, even in Paul's day, because he had to advertise, and it was word of mouth, how he created the corporation. Well, we have this means, and it's available everywhere. So when the boys, they already know, life itself already knows when the individual is ready or wants to see more. Well, then, because of so much that is out there, they're going to lead them gently, accordingly, to wherever it is to wake up. So again, we don't have to be concerned about what the world is doing. We don't have to try and think for others. No, we are a presentation. We're simply presenting what is possible and realistically in their own way. I see all the people like yourself and others that have stepped up. Well, guess how you got here? The Rebazar and the boys brought you here. You see? They did that. They brought you. Okay, and they bring people that are ready. Those that aren't, they just don't. They can't bring them because they ain't going to see it. So they give them the hints. They do what they can, and for the most part, they don't. You were chosen, and you keep deciding to stick this out. You have the choice to not do it too. Always, you always have that choice. They don't make that choice for you, but you were chosen. You're one of the lucky ones. You were chosen. Everybody here was chosen. And so this is where many people take it for granted, and they don't see the bigger picture. And it's not about me. It's not about the new man, okay? It's not about me. I'm just doing my part. I'm like everybody else. This is the difference in what we're doing with the new presentation. Yes, I manage this new presentation and what is being presented, but I'm just like everybody else. I'm doing my part. I share what I do. I support those that support what I'm doing. But it's not about me, it's about everybody. Yeah, that's where we as wonderful worldwide educators, I started off with the new man idea, etc. I used Duane, the great writer, as a reference out there. But it's really about everybody. And that's, as the projects get going, it's about everybody because we are a real community. It's about the whole community. It's about all of us. But who will step up and support this community that makes sense. And then, get on with what we're doing here while we can, because again, we don't have much time. We don't have much time at all. So, that's it and a lot more. We go over the same things, but it's okay. I appreciate the questions, Charles, because this is needed. For the most part, the questions pertain to what has taken place in the past. And this is where, as people have come up through things, it's like starting a new business. And it may be totally different than what you've done in your whole life, but it's all of a sudden you start a new business. And that's what we are. We are a business here, but overall, it's even better than that. But in the physical, yes, it is a business, and there are certain parameters, there are certain restrictions, etc., because we have to deal with the world. We have to deal with the restrictions of the world, also cause and effect. So you need to see these things and where they apply, where everything applies, etc., and be realistic as you can with it. And the world that has been controlled and conditioned, they're going to have issues. They're always going to have issues. And so when the president is speaking or whatever in these different countries, I don't listen because, again, they're just dealing with issues. They're not actually stepping up to what's real and what makes sense. They're just dealing with issues. They create the issues, and then they throw them out there in the public, and the public throws them back, so it's back and forth. And they do this on purpose to keep and eventually they make the final decision. And look at some of the states. You talked about abortion. Some states are legal, some states are illegal. Does that make sense? It's really all choice. It should be the choice of the individual, you see, but it's not. All of a sudden, because it comes around, and this is what they want people to agree that they are to decide for them. That's really what it comes about because, again, they're very tricky, and they bring it around as though it looks like the people themselves have decided. You see, the people get excited and say, oh, we voted for this. But actually, they set it up for you to agree to what they already wanted. Yes. They're very good at what they do. So the world will always have issues. We're on with our adventure and creating a real benefit for ourselves and others. The fact is that if you decide to create a benefit for everyone, you are already included. You don't have to think of yourself. Do kids think of themselves? No, they just go out and play and they have friends and whatever. They want friends and they want to share and they want to play together. They're not thinking of themselves. They're all just sharing together. Gee, adults can do the same thing. Will they? But again, most adults have issues. They're more interested in their issues. So yes, Charles, thank you for asking.